what you're talking about, but like.
And this is what I love. This engagement right here. This is what I'm looking for.
Any of my classmates get harassed.
So when you say you've been searched by police, right? Or like stopped by them? Okay. Does that happen like quite frequently or?
It doesn't happen quite frequently.
Okay.
There's just some times where there's like doing something.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm looking for. Community engagement. Getting the kids engaged. Engaging the youth. Getting the kids involved in topics of conversation that are truly worth having. You know? How was school today? Alright, I got some free food over there at the table for you guys, okay? If you guys want to take some food, I got some mac and cheese, some rice and beans, and some pasta with basil sauce.
Oh, no, let's go.
Okay? So, definitely that. You guys know ITY is always out here to support you youth when you guys come out.
What's that? Is that good?
Yeah, you know.
I can get two?
You could get two, my sister. You know, this is what ITY does out here for you guys. You know? Hey, listen, while I got you guys out here, I want to ask you guys a quick question, right? ITY, I'm planning to do a 10-week podcast series starting March 8th. 10 high schools, 2 hours, 2 topics. First topic, how do the youth deal with trauma, with the loss of a family member and the loved one? The second topic, do you guys think that we should create a high school style version of fraternities and sororities? And if so, what should that look like? What do you guys think about that? Right? Do you guys think that this is something that's worthwhile listening to and being a part of?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's your opinion about the idea about creating a high school style version of fraternities or sororities?
I'm not really a big fan of sororities.
They're not a big fan of sororities? Okay. And can you elaborate a little bit? What makes you not a fan of sororities?
Just don't like them.
You don't like the way that they're set up?
No.
Okay. Thank you for your opinion, girls, okay? Yeah, absolutely. I'll see you guys next week, okay? God bless you guys. I hope you guys had a good day in school. Gentlemen, what's good? What's going on? Absolutely. So, as you guys know, I'm helping you guys get the word out here with the Ashmont Youth Violence Collaborative, trying to get more community members to be a part out here to help us Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. to help combat the youth violence that we witness here in our train stations, to help engage the youth, to expose them to opportunities, to expose them to better things, and to help combat the nonsense that we've been seeing in these train stations, not only at Ashmont, but at JK, Andrews, Forest Hills. I'm trying to get more community members to be involved in what ITY is doing, and this is the reason why we're doing this, you know? So thank you so much.
Absolutely. What's
You
your
know,
name?
my name is Danny Santana. I'm the director of ITY.
That's great. Thank you.
Pleasure to see you guys. You know, we work hand in hand with you guys out here all the time.
Absolutely.
Hey, you guys, free food for the community. Feel free to take as you need, okay?
Will you be ready for interview now? Okay, perfect.
Absolutely.
Mind if I take a look?
Absolute, my brother. Free food for the community. Feel free to take as you need. By any chance, have you ever had any experience with a school-based arrest, being arrested on school, or being harassed by the police at school?
Not this year, no. I haven't witnessed anything, no.
Not this year, but last year? Okay. Okay, we're just looking for kids to be a part of the interview. Hi, how are you? This is free food for the community. Feel free to take as you want. And if you're able to give a small donation, we ask that you do, please do so.
What's the
But
TV stuff?
the TV stuff is to interview kids who have had experience with a school-based arrest, to talk about that experience, how they felt about it, and whether this is something that's seen often in our schools.
Ooh, so
So-
who's doing that?
So
'Cause I
ITY,
do radio.
ITY, okay, my name is Danny Santana. I'm the director of ITY, and the reason why I'm doing this is to bring awareness and acknowledgement to you guys of what we're offering the community over here. So
I usually have my flyers, but tomorrow's my birthday, so I'm traveling light. But tomorrow is also my radio show where we have discussions like this, and it's about 6 of us on the panel, and I need one more male.
I'd be happy to be a part
it's
of it.
from 6 to 8 p.m. and you can call in or you can come to the studio in Somerville.
I'd be happy to join it.
And
Absolutely.
then just tell us what
Absolutely.
you got from
So
that.
what we're doing here today is we're talking to the kids about
Right.
the 10-week podcast series that I got starting March 8th.
Okay.
10 high schools, 2 hours, 2 topics.
Okay.
All right. First topic: how did the youth deal with trauma, with the loss of a family member, and how did they
Right.
cope?
Right.
The second topic:
Good shit.
do the youth in the city of Boston think that we should create a high school style version of fraternities and sororities? And if so, what should that look like?
Okay.
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 And I'm out here today to let community members
There
like
go
you
my
know
buzz too,
about
man. Listen,
Ashmont Youth
I'm
Violence
gonna call
Collaborative.
you,
Look us up,
and
check
I'm
us
gonna
up, scan,
check you out.
scan the back of this card right here, and you get
Yeah.
all our information. Okay?
and I'm gonna call you. I hope you're available.
I am. I
Okay.
definitely am. All right.
Thank you.
God bless you, sister.
You.
See, and this is why I come and I engage my community, because if organizations ain't out here doing outreach the way that I am, how do we expect the community to know about the services that your organization has? If you don't have a representative from your organization in the community doing community outreach to expose the services that you have, how do we expect the community to know what we're offering? They can't. This is the reason why I do what I do. This is the reason why ITY has gotten the recognition and the awareness that we're starting to get in the city of Boston. ITY's been out in the city of Boston since 2017, right? 2017, that's almost 7 years now. And we're just now starting to get recognized for the work what we're doing. But that's okay though, because God has everything in his plan for a reason. Let's see if we set this up right, you guys. There we go. Hey! Oh man, I can't believe my folder is out here. That's crazy. I feel like my fingers got frostbite. But I'm happy to see that the majority of this food it's leaving. It's leaving, you know. I'm happy to see the community members coming up and grabbing as they need. So you guys can see exactly what we're doing out here at Ashmont Train Station to help combat the youth violence that we be witnessing.
Wait, is it?
Looking good, you guys, looking good. That's free food for the community, sir. Feel free to take as you need, okay? And if possible, please give a small donation.
So you're more than willing to take anything, but we'll make a donation.
Appreciate you. Feel free to scan our barcode like this so you can see everything we do. Better yet, let me give you that. Thank you. God bless you, brother.
Little subsidized. Right.
Okay. Hi, can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Danny Santana. I am the founder CEO of ITY Inspiring Days Young Adults Incorporated.
And can you tell me a little bit about what is your role in ITY?
So my role, as I said, I'm the founder and CEO. I am the creator of this whole organization. We run the largest youth gang mentorship program in the city of Boston. We provide advocacy not only to the youth and adults, but we provide services in homelessness, addiction, mental health, clothing, food, and employment.
And how and why did you come up with the idea to start Inspiring Today's Youth?
Well, I was gang related for 27 years. I spent 17 years in prison. About 8 years ago, when I left prison, I made a commitment to change my life and to dedicate whatever time I had left to live in doing positive and showing the youth that there was a better way of living instead of wasting so many years in prison the way that I did.
Could you tell me a little bit about, if you're comfortable sharing your experience in prison, and why did you feel like when you came out, like you said, you wanted to give back, you wanted to help others?
You know, because a lot of individuals going to prison becomes a cycle. You become institutionalized. And for some, going to prison is even safer than being out in the streets. You want to know why? They provide you 3 meals a day. They provide you clothing. They provide you a roof over your head. Those are 3 essential necessities in life that you don't have to worry about when you're in prison. Okay? A lot of people go to prison for those 3 reasons. You know? And for me, I was just full of ignorance when I was young. I was immature. I was around the wrong people, the wrong crowd. I didn't take advice the way that I should have. So I learned a lot of hard lessons the hard way because I chose to. Not because I didn't have good parents that didn't care and love for me. Not because I didn't come from a family that had good family morals. Because I came from all of that. But as a young adult, I made selective choices that ultimately led me to encounter the horrors in life that I encountered. I'm 42 years old. I spent 17 years in prison. I've been shot 3 times and stabbed 12 times. Whatever years I have left of my life, I want to dedicate it to give it back to my youth, to show them that there's a better life out there to live, that there's more to life out there than this circle that we keep ourselves in. Go, travel, experience life. See what it is to visit another city, another country. See what it is to be a part of another vibe in the world that you've never had the chance. This is what I'm here to teach the youth. To inspire them, to give them hope. To show them, you know what? Things might not be okay where you're living at. Things might not be okay right now at this moment. But I promise you, it's not going to stay like that forever. Okay? But you have to do the choice. You have to get the effort. You know, happiness for all of us is only found within ourselves. Nobody can make us happy unless we make ourselves happy. Right? And I'm here to spread that message. I'm here to spread the joy, to let the youth know that they matter. ITY is about saving lives. Okay? This is why we partner with the MBTA Youth Violence Task Force. This is why we partner with C11. This is why we partner with all these organizations out here to ensure that our youth in this city, primarily in the train stations, feel safe while they're traveling to and from. You know, we've had way too many incidences on our MBTA platforms. Okay? When we got guys that are coming in the way they just came in, that they're going down there, that's a reason for cause of alarming. You know, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, to get the community involved. You know, so that the police officers don't have to be engaging our youth like that. For us, guys, individuals like me, to go down there and engage them and talk to them and figure out what's going on and how we can help them.
Can you tell me a little bit?
Yeah, you're shifting a little to that. Too much now. Perfect.
So, as I was talking earlier, that right now in Massachusetts, they don't see students being arrested as a problem, and they either aren't collecting the data or they're inaccurately correcting the data. They like to pretend that it's.
That's not funny. That's not funny. Massachusetts won't acknowledge that we have more youth homeless than we do actually adult homeless who are addicted to substances. We have more youth homeless in the city of Boston than we have adult males or adult females who are addicted to substances. They won't acknowledge that. Never mind what's going on in our schools. You know why we got so much youth violence in our schools? Who in the hell thought that it was a good idea to integrate high school students with middle school students? Who thought that that was a great idea? Because I don't understand why you would associate a 13-year-old kid who is just now coming off the porch, who has no experience with gang life, who has no experience with smoking weed or any of those things, to associate with kids who are in high school who are 16, 17, 18, who are gang involved, smoking weed, and have that experience. Who in the city of Boston thought that it would be all right to integrate those two classes of youth into one? And they wonder why we have such a high rise in youth violence in the city. I don't know, because that didn't make no sense to me. I got 13-year-olds hanging out with 17-year-olds smoking weed and not playing platforms, who usually would never be hanging out with each other if they weren't integrated into this new school system.
If you could just repeat a little bit of what you said. We don't want our mics to blow out. We want to be able to say we love the passion, we love the message trying to spread, but our mics can only handle a little bit.
Okay, check. Cause I get real passionate when I talk about this.
Bring the energy.
This is the thing. This is why I do what I do and I bring out what I do. Okay, because people talk about the problems and the issues, right? And they don't talk about the solutions or about how these issues came about. You know. Youth violence at our train stations and our schools is on the rise because people that have the power to be in the city of Boston thought that it would be appropriate to integrate middle school kids with high school kids. Okay? Where they thought that that would be a phenomenal idea, God knows when. Okay? But now we have 12, 13, and 14-year-old kids who would have knowingly never been exposed to gang activity lifestyle, exposed to smoking weed and doing drugs, exposed to active early sexual activity if they wasn't forced to participate with these older kids. Okay? This is where our school system really messed up.
So it sounds like you're trying to say the older kids are kind of corrupted.
The older kids influence the younger kids to be involved in the negativity that we are seeing at our train stations and our schools. Yes, they do.
So I guess our question is, what influenced those older kids to get into drugs and gang activity?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
What influenced those kids to get into drugs?
Kids who start as kids.
Okay, you want to know what influenced them to get into gang activity? When the city decided to start cutting budgets. When the city decided to start cutting all the programs that we used to offer the kids. You know, the kids have no more youth in the city. There's no more city talent show competitions. There's no step competitions. You ain't got no music group competitions. The only competitions that you hear about in the city are basketball competitions, and they're only within that neighborhood. Back in the days, we used to have BNBL, where everybody would play part of the basketball leagues, and everywhere in the city would compete with each other. Now you got all these small private basketball leagues, and nobody's competing with each other. There's no youth voice in the city of Boston no more. Okay? There's no unity. That's the reason why the youth violence is on the rise. There's nothing for them to be a part of. This is why I'm talking about these 2 hours, to conversation, to create something in the city of Boston that'll get the kids engaged into something that's community, family, culture-wise, and educational. This is why we're having this conversation. This is why I'm out here making the community aware of these issues and letting them know that there's a solution to this issue. But if you don't want to listen to me, then as a community, we're not going to combat the issue that we're facing.
So I kind of want to circle back and talking about really looking into why this is impacting youth in schools and talking about this whole cycle how you're mentioning and remember how there have been data where kids have been saying that a teacher, if someone lashes out, sometimes the teacher picks up a call, calls the police, attend to this instead of like helping them instead, and then they start thinking they're criminals, and the police start searching them. And there's
Well, I will say this: our schools are not equipped with the proper staffing that we need for our demographic of kids. Our kids need more. This is what our schools need more. They need more classes that offer more self-care and mental health awareness. They need more classes that offer these kids how to deal with depression, how to deal with anxiety, how to deal with being bullied, how to, if they're being sexually molested or sexually abused, how to come out and talk about it. They don't have, our schools are missing a component that offers healing for trauma that our youth are experiencing on a daily basis in the environments that we live in. All of our kids are living in a terroristic environment because the minute they step out the house, what are the first three things that they see? Addicts, right? Crime and police presence, right? Those are the first three things that our youth are seeing the minute that they step out the house. Okay, so for our schools to be better, to improve what's going on, first they need to go back to the way that they were. Middle school with middle school kids, high school with high school kids. Second, they need to create more programs that help these kids deal with the trauma that they're experiencing. Okay, and third, they hold on. And then third, these kids need more guidance counselors.
Street droppers around this time.
Hey,
Here to the kill, niggas know how we roll.
We're not doing that over here, puppy, alright? And then we need our guidance counselors to have more training in how to effectively engage these youth. You see? Because you see what we just seen right there? That's the nonsense that they promote. That's the nonsense that they believe in. But you know why they believe in stuff like that? Because the parents allow this nonsense in their own house. Our kids are out here doing what they're doing because and let me reframe that. Let me reframe that because that's not true. Not all parents are allowing that in their house because there are good parents out there that do not play that. All right? But there's a good large handful of parents who will allow their 13-year-old kid to come into their house and talk about, I'm a gang member, I rep this and I'm part of that. Or allow a 14, 15-year-old kid look under their mattress and find a gun under their mattress and allow them to keep it and think that that's okay. All right? The parents need to step up and need to get educated how to properly educate our children. All right? This is why we're having this conversation. The kids need better help with trauma that they're dealing, and our schools need to do a better job in providing services for our youth to deal with trauma. How are you doing, brother? What do you think about what I'm saying right now?
What you're saying, I wanna fucking say something. Actually, the best way to raise a child is to make sure you was a child your own. Because if you wasn't a child, you didn't have a parent, so you don't know how to raise a child. A lot of men could be a father, but no man can respect the baby mother. If you don't respect your baby mama, you ain't nothing. Because the woman that pushed for you is the one you should be respecting first. Because if you don't respect the woman that pushed for you, that means your kids ain't nothing. That means you're a bottom feeder. That means you're a deadbeat. Ain't no man gonna be a deadbeat. Respect the woman that make babies. Because without mother, there won't be no children. Period. That's a Haitian Zulu.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing with us. You know.
So just to circle back, we spoke about how after school programs are going down, being less funded. Just less
There's really no after-school opportunities like there used to be for the youth.
and going based off that, these parents that are also working.
Yeah, a lot of the parents are working full-time jobs, so they're not able to have a presence in the household to properly raise these kids. See, this is one of the factors that we got going on. This is one of the factors that we got going on. We got great single mothers out there. Single mothers to 4 or 5 kids, right? And they're the only breadwinner and supporter in their families. So they have to work 2, 3 jobs just to put a roof over their heads. So they rely on the older children to help them to raise the younger children, right? So instead of the mother being the parent figure that's raising the children, now you got your oldest child being that parent figure to the rest of your children, because you're so busy working and having to provide that you don't have the time to have a presence in your own household. And that responsibility falls down to your oldest child, right? So what does that do to the oldest child, right? The oldest child gets anxiety, gets depression. There's times that they want to go hang out with their friends and stuff, and they can't because they stuck home having to babysit their brothers and sisters. What is it creating inside of them? Animosity towards the parent, right? Now they start being disrespectful towards the parents. Now they start feeling some type of way towards the parents because they don't know how to properly express themselves educationally to their own parents about how they're feeling that they should not be raising children who they are not the parents of. You know, these are realities that are going on in our families down here. These are factors. Many factors contribute to why our kids, the youth of violence in our high schools, is on the rise.
We wanted to talk about, have you ever experienced students in front of you who have been arrested, either was arrest or things like that, and have they asked for support through ITY?
Yes, so I've had a number of my graduating students that graduated from my gang mentorship find themselves in some legal issues lately, and we do full advocacy for everybody. You know, so ITY is well known by all the court systems in Boston. Juvenile, adults, Dorchester, Roxbury, West Roxbury, BMC, Superior, all the courtrooms in Boston have a contract with ITY. 80% of all the kids that we work with directly are referred to us directly from the court system themselves, either through probation officers or they're mandated by judges in sentencing to complete the ITY program.
Is there anything else you want to talk about that we haven't asked you?
I want to talk about the lack of participation of these local schools in the area, and I've reached out to a number of them to be a part of the Ashmont Youth Violence Collaborative, to send a representative from their school to be a part of this committee, and a lot of them have failed to do so. I know, it's okay. Train's right there, I know. So, let's repeat that. I was talking about the lack of participation for neighboring schools in the Dorchester area who ITY has reached out to be a part of the Ashmont Youth Violence Collaborative. It is quite sad how a lot of these schools in this area, I reached out to them 2-3 times already and they won't even contact me back, okay? And this is what we need. We need these schools to have a representative from each of these schools in this district to have a presence down here in Ashmont with Ashmont Youth Violence Collaborative. And I'm going to continue working on that, you know. But it's sad that we've reached out a number of times and none of these schools have bothered to join the Ashmont Youth Violence Collaborative in support to the youth violence that we're seeing.
I just have a follow-up question on that. Do you think that if they started supporting and giving the resources and joining the platform,
it would make a great difference out here, you know, because then, you know, Ashmont Youth Violence Collaborative would have more resources and opportunities to expose these youth to.
With these like these students, you think like off the streets and off being arrested from even in person.
Let me tell you what the presence of ITY in Ashmont creates, right? It brings down the recidivism of youth violence that we've seen, right? It helps to engage and employ youth who normally wouldn't have been engaged or employed, right? We engage the community in making them aware of the services we offer and the opportunities that are available to them, okay? It shows the community that there's a strong stand of solidarity between community members and law enforcement members working together for the betterment instead of the community on one side and police on the other side and us looking at them like they're the enemy. You know, this is what the presence of ITY does for this community out here in Ashmont. All right? So when people ask, what has ITY done in Ashmont? All you got to do is ask a number of these community members and they'd be happy to tell you. We're out here and we're going to continue to be out here.
That's great.
Thank you guys so much, man. And for my followers that are watching, that are supporting me, please, man, if you support anything that I just finished saying and you support ITY, please share this video. Make sure that it goes viral. God bless you guys. Stay tuned, okay? I'll talk to you guys soon.